probably have to like catch up on all the football stuff from here on out because baseball's done. So,
Yeah,
all right, we got this.
that's fine.
Um, we are going to start on page 49. So go to 49 in your grammar books. Start there. And remember, because we have a lot of people in the Zoom, if you have a question, it's best to raise your reaction hand on the Zoom call because then it alerts me. So that way I see it sooner. So we'll use that. Um, you also need a post-it note. So you should have one in your set of supplies, hopefully with you in your bag or box. If not, if you know where one is, you could grab one real quick. Otherwise, you could do this part later after class. But we're going to mark this page because we've got different pronouns to look at today. They're different than personal pronouns. By the way, personal pronouns are the he, she, it, they, them, all of those, okay? These are called indefinite pronouns and demonstrative pronouns. So put your post-it upside down like this because you're going to stick it over the top of your page and write the two different pronouns, indefinite pronouns and demonstrative pronouns. I'll zoom in so you can see
We
that.
have the same sticky notes.
Oh, you have purple?
Yeah, and I got the jumbo ones. I don't know if those were like the big ones that you guys were talking
Yeah.
about.
That's the ones I like to use because there's plenty of space on here to write, but good. I'm glad you got those.
I don't have any, I gotta get them, but I know where all the pages are for the lessons, so
Yeah, okay,
I
cool.
don't.
Maybe later you can get some. They're not too expensive like at Walmart and stuff, so.
I
Okay.
know we have some, I just gotta get them.
Okay.
I don't have any post-its, but I just use paper. I just tape it to the
Oh, okay, that'll
newspaper
work
and tape.
too. Yep, that'll work too. All right, while you're working on that, I'm going to move it out of the way here. We're just going to get started looking at this list. These are pronouns, and we use them to avoid repetition. But there are many types of pronouns. So, like I said, we already know the personal pronouns. They take the place of common and proper nouns, and that's the pronouns that we use for people and places. But these are called indefinite pronouns. And basically, what indefinite means is not definite, right? And they're more vague. So here's your list. And what I'd like to do while you're muted, everybody stay muted. Let's read the list together. So you read it at your house. I won't hear you, but I'll see your mouth moving. But let's just read down the list so you get an idea of what these indefinite pronouns are, okay? So ready, read all, another, any, anybody, anyone, anything, anywhere, both, each, either, everybody, everyone, everything, everywhere, few, many, more, most, much, neither, none, one, other, others, nobody, no one, nothing, nowhere, own, several, some, somebody, someone, something, somewhere. All right, I know that was kind of fast, but you can see it's not specific, right? They're vague. They're just random. These are now going to be labeled PR for pronouns. So that's why I want you to mark this page because you might come across one of these and have to look back and go, is that on this list? I'm not sure which one it is. And then we have demonstrative pronouns. You can kind of hear the word monster. You can kind of hear demonstrate. So this word demonstrative pronouns, think of demonstrate. Okay. When you're demonstrating how to do something, like how to bake something or how to make something, you usually have things in front of you and you say like this is this and that is that and those go over there and things like that. Okay, so we've got this, that, these, those. That's it. Those are called demonstrative pronouns. So think about when you demonstrate something. You're showing how to do something. This with this, that, these, those. So those are also going to be pronouns, PR for pronouns. So here's your example. Many had nowhere to go. That was tragic. So you got all these pronouns. They're different than he, she, it, they, them. Okay. That's why we need to watch for these. Many and nowhere are indefinite pronouns. And then we've got that is one of these demonstrative pronouns. All right. Let's put this at the top where it's sticking up a little bit past the page so you can mark that page and you can come back to it later during your homework if you need to. And then there's a section down here that says think about it. And it says many words can be used as different parts of speech. However, a word can perform only one part of speech at a time. The indefinite and demonstrative pronouns function as pronouns, PR, when they take the place of a noun. However, these same words function as adjectives when they come before a noun. So it depends on where it is in the sentence, if it's going to be a pronoun or an adjective. And either way, you're going to label this. So you need to know how it's used. So here it's used as a pronoun. Many had nowhere to go. That word many is referring back to a group of people before this sentence. Many had nowhere to go. Here it's used as an adjective, many families. See how it has a noun right next to it? Families. Many families had nowhere to go. So now it's an adjective. It's no longer a pronoun. Many families. Okay, see the difference there? And then here again, pronoun, that was tragic. So it's referring to something before this sentence. Whatever was said before that, that is was tragic. And then here it is, that arrow hit the mark or the target. So arrow is the noun, so that makes that an adjective. See, it's the same word, but it depends on if there's a noun right next to it or not. That arrow. And then, of course, we got the that clause too, just to make life a little more complicated for you all. We have the that clause. So it says Robin knew that the poor families needed help. So now it's a clause that the poor families needed help. So same word that on all of those examples, but it changes depending on how it's used in the sentence. That's what you got to pay attention to. They're going to give you lots of opportunities to practice that in this book. Go to page 50 now. And another homophone. English is hard, I'm telling you. Even though you guys all already know how to communicate in English, stuff like homophones where you have the same sounding word. Look at there, and there. You see them all right here? There. They sound exactly the same and they're all spelled differently and they mean different things. So they're called homophones. Okay. Alex, I need you to stop messing around with your background. Okay. There, THERE, is an adverb pointing to a place. And how I remembered the spelling on that is if I cover up the T, I see here. You guys see that? If I cover the T, it's here. If I have it with the T, it's there. So here and there. It's like a place over there, over here. That's how I remember that one. And then we have THEIR. That's a possessive pronoun. Their arrows, meaning the arrows belong to them. And then the contraction, there, is they are. So like they're angry, they are angry. So that's a good trick to do is try to say it with they are to see if that fits in the sentence. And you're going to place a line through it and fix it. So they're going to mess up on purpose for you guys. So the archers raised their bows, the bows belong to them, to shoot the target over there. That's in a certain spot over there. Any questions about the grammar lesson today? Is there any questions about that? Okay. I see you shaking your head. That's good. Go to 51 and I'm going to have Ryan go ahead and read the sentence today.
Okay. Others who were strong and good-hearted had lost their farms because the greedy king wanted their lands.
Good. Nice reading. So greedy, we pretty much know about greedy. That's when, you have everything you need, but you want more of something like money or gold or I don't know if you guys ever remember King Midas from way back when we read about King Midas.
I never forgot about King Midas.
That was way back. That was one of my first classes with you guys, some of you. All right, so greedy. And then we've got one article. You can go ahead and find that one by yourself. Remember, those are a, an, or the. Just a little friendly reminder when you guys go to do your grammar homework, make sure you read the sentence like we do in class. Read it out loud. It doesn't matter if there's nobody in the room, just read it out loud. And that helps you see where words are in the sentence and it helps you to see how it's used. Okay. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. How about the nouns? I'm going to have Alex do the nouns. Where are the three nouns?
Your nouns are king,
Good.
farms,
Good.
lands.
And lands. Good. Oh, here comes Dominic. Nice. Those are the three nouns. Um, did you guys notice they used the word there incorrectly? Did you guys happen to see that? Tyler, let's fix those because they're bugging me. So their farms, it's not they are farms. Which spelling should we put here?
Oh, you wanted me to do it? Okay, I actually got stuck on that one too. Their?
Yes, that's right, because that's talking about people. And then their lands, how should we spell that one? If the lands belong to them, again, I see Abby's hand. Let's
T
see. Go ahead, Tyler.
Their?
Again, yes, Their. Is that what you were going to say, Abby? Okay, you got it. Because the lands belong to them. For Dominic and Reagan, you guys are coming in. We're on page 51, okay? Go to 51. Pronoun. Oh, let's check homophones. We already got those. How about Ramsey for the pronoun? Looks like there's only one.
Is it there?
Not there because that's going to be like an adjective telling whose. This is one of those indefinite pronouns. I'll give you that clue. Like from the list we read just a little bit ago. Not specific, but it's an indefinite pronoun. Abby sees it. Hang on, Abby. Let me know if you want Abby's help. She's got it, I think.
Sure, she can help me.
There you go, Abby.
Is it others?
It is others. So if you guys get stuck on that, look back on that list. Do you see it, Ramsey, back there on that page we did earlier? Others. It starts with an O, so it's on that list. So for Reagan and Dominic, make sure you watch the beginning of this video later because I explained the lesson and I want to make sure you guys understand what we talked about today. So, all right, how about Ramsey? How about the adjectives? These are going to be the ones that describe the nouns, okay? So, or pronouns.
Okay, lost.
Lost is actually going to be a verb. So think of like what words would describe who they were, like the others, what tells about them. Like
Greedy.
greedy, that's telling about the king. That's a good one. Yep, that's an adjective.
Good-hearted.
Yes, there you go. Good-hearted.
Strong.
Good. Yes, strong. And then what about like whose farms are they?
There.
There you go. That's an adjective because it's telling whose. And then the same for lands.
Mm,
Whose lands are they?
Theirs.
Again, there. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got it. Okay, so Kristen, what about the coordinating conjunction? Do you see where that's at? It's the fanboys word. So remember those fanboys. Just going to write that in up here. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. That's what fanboys stands for.
And
And there you go. Yes. And it's a word that connects other words. So and is it? How about the who which clause, Reagan?
The who which clause? Who were
Oh, right
strong
there. Okay, so
Who
we
were
didn't
and
strong?
There
good-hearted.
you go. And good-hearted. Yes, it's got
neither one of those are correct.
Yep.
So
And then we've got the adverb clause. Dominic, do you remember adverb clause is the W? Let's write this in to help us remember. Dot Asia dot B. When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. So you're looking for one of those words that start the clause.
After farms.
After farms, we have the word because. Good. That's the beginning of it. Where does it end?
Uh, After greedy.
Nope. Keep going.
Oh,
Because, go ahead.
is it after land?
Yes, it's all the way to the end. Very good. So because the greedy king wanted their lands, that's the whole clause is telling why. We're going to label it AC for adverb clause. And then as far as the opener, Alex, oh no, sorry, I skipped subject verb pair, Alex. Lucky you.
I'm so lucky. Yay.
You're the lucky one.
No.
Okay,
The verb is lost.
verb is lost. That's one.
Wanted is a verb.
Yep,
Had
yep.
and were.
And were good. So
So
now let's go ahead.
I'm guessing subject is either who or others.
Well, they're both going to be subjects actually because, oh, I forgot to label this, by the way. That should be W/W. Who is the subject that goes with were? Others is the subject that goes with had, lost, right? Because that's outside of the clause. And there's another subject inside the because clause.
Well, that's cool that I got two right. And I didn't even write that name. King.
Yes, you got all three right. There you go.
I redeemed myself from last time. Last time, total.
And then Tyler, what about the opener? What kind of an opener do we have?
Number one subject above others.
Yes, very good. Number one, subject opener. Okay, the fix-it list is a little easier. You can find the capitals, the first word. Kristen, we have a comma rule we got to figure out. Do you know if we need to put one in or take one out? What do you think for the comma rule?
do we take out the comma between strong and good-hearted?
Yes, very good, because you're only listing two adjectives here. So whenever you list two things, you don't need a comma. That's right. Good job. So take that one out, and then your end mark is just going to be a period. Now, today we did kind of go mostly in order, but on your homework, do the ones you know first, okay? Save the hard ones for the end. So it's okay to move around on your list until you get it all done. Alrighty, that's it for grammar today. So let's go ahead and get out our binders next. And you guys wrote about dangerous birds this week. I am pretty behind on my grading. I just am behind on my grading. That's all I can say about that. I plan to catch up this week. So hopefully by next week we'll be all caught up on that. So if I have not graded your homework in the last few weeks, I'm sorry about that. I will get to it. But I do see that you're turning things in, which is great. Yes, Tyler.
Uh, so I just wanted to share something real quick. I saw you read my paper and over where I said, hold up,
Yeah.
let me find it.
Okay.
Okay. So over when I said if these birds sense that their life is in jeopardy, they will put their head down to the ground because this makes them feel safer until the potential threat is moved on. I thought about saying if these birds sense that their life is in jeopardy, they will answer the question the best they can. And then I was gonna put the actual thing as a joke, but I didn't.
That would have been good. I get the reference, the Jeopardy game.
Yeah, it's a research paper, so I didn't put that.
That's probably good that you didn't, but that would have been pretty funny though, still. So that's pretty good.
That would have been so funny.
That would have been funny. I would have got the reference, but yeah. Yeah, since it's a research paper, we got to keep to the facts. But I do have time for a couple people to read. If you haven't read yet in a while, I know that last time, I think Kristen read last time and Alex. I saw Abby's hand. Yes, I see Abby's. Anybody else want to read your paper about dangerous birds today?
I want to read it, but I already read it last time.
Yeah, you read last time. How about Reagan? Do you have your paper done?
No, I don't.
It's not done yet? Okay.
No,
I mean, I don't have it here.
If you
Oh, I can
It's
pull
on
it.
my
from
other.
beginning to end,
You can?
keep your brain focused
Did you
on
turn
that
it in
one thing
already?
from beginning to end.
Let me check. I think I did.
Actually, you got a lot of background sound at home there, so it might be hard to hear you read it. But yeah, let me know if you turned it in. How about Ramsey or Ryan? Did you guys get a chance to finish your papers?
I finished mine.
You finished yours. You guys are
I
like,
finished
yeah,
mine.
no. It would be good for you guys to read it. How about which one of you do you want to volunteer, Ryan or
I
Ryan?
don't have it with me, but maybe you could read it.
I could pull it up. I can either read it for you or I can pull it up so you read it off the screen. Either way.
Can you read it?
Yes, I can. Okay, so let's do that. Today we'll do Abby and Ryan. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so Abby, you have yours with you. Go ahead. And by the way, you guys had your topic clincher this time that you had to remember. A lot of you have done my class before, so you already know that. But who can tell me what the topic clincher rule is with the motions and everything? Who can do it? All right. Let's see if Kristen, can you do it? Do you remember this topic clincher rule? Okay, go ahead. You do it.
You repeat like 2 to 3 words from the top, on the bottom sentence, from the first sentence on the bottom sentence.
Yes, that's it. There's a actual saying though that goes with it, but yes, you got it. Reagan, do you know how to do it?
The topic sentence and the clincher sentence must repeat or reflect
So you
2 to 3
5.
key
This
words.
turns into
Good.
one.
Okay, nice. And you had it, Kristen. It just is like a little
Uh-oh.
thing that we have with the hand motions and stuff, but you had it right anyway. So very good, you guys. That's something we're going to have from now on. So you need to really get familiar with that rule and make sure you do that for each paragraph. I know Alex was asking about that earlier in the week. So each paragraph is going to have that topic clincher.
Oh yeah, my bad. I can't ask it. Because I didn't really get understand it that much last week.
I know it's kind of new.
I didn't get a really a start on it until Monday. I mean, I got to have the grammar, but I didn't really get it. So that's why I didn't do it. And then I just realized that I added an extra sentence for my clincher, and then I reread the message thoroughly, and I'm like, no, it was supposed to be the last sentence.
You
So
can still
mine
fix
has
it.
mine has an extra set. Sorry, hold on. Let me.
It's okay, Alex. No worries. Abby, did you want to say something real quick?
I did my clincher and topic, but I did not highlight it yet.
Okay, that's okay. Go ahead and read what you have. You can tell us your title and then read about what you have.
Extraordinary birds. The hooded pitahui is an extremely dangerous bird because it is poisonous, which is not common for a bird. In New Guinea, they declare that its name is the rubbish bird. It has a reddish-orange belly and a hood-like head. It is medium-sized, averaging to about 9 inches in length. In 1889, a researcher was helping a hooded pitahui out of a mesh trap. Its claws scratched the man and his skin grew numb, and when he licked the wounds, his tongue grew numb too. Tests have shown that the hooded pitahui's skin and feathers are poisonous. It mainly likes fruit, but probably gets its toxicity from devouring corosine beetles. The hooded pitahui is extremely dangerous, so stay away from it. The African ostrich, which is the largest bird in the world, surprisingly stands 7 feet tall, weighs 300 pounds, and runs 40 miles per hour because it has strong legs. If an ostrich notices a lion watching it, it will kill the lion and it will dissemble a dog. There have been many incidents of humans being killed by ostriches. Males have white-tipped wings but are mainly black, while females are grayish-brown. Males sit on the eggs during the night, and females sit on the eggs during the day. Ostrich eggs are the largest eggs in the world, weighing an average of about 3 pounds. The southern cassowary is probably the most dangerous bird. It mainly devours plants, fruit, bugs, fish, lizards, and rats. It can run 30 miles per hour because it has strong legs, which also help it swim rivers and swim into the sea. It is observed to be shy, but will attack when provoked. It will charge, jump, and kick at its victim. It normally attacks dogs, horses, cows, humans, and surprisingly cars too. It is endangered due to habitat loss and occasional trapping and hunting. The southern cassowary is a beautiful, dangerous, and extraordinary bird.
Nice. All right, you guys, show her in the camera. This is how we clap on Zoom. And you can use your reactions too. Good job, Abby. Abby, that was really,
Speaking
really good.
speaking of how we clap on Zoom, when I was watching the recording from when you were getting ready for the festival and you posted that recording, I saw that one part and you're like, oh, right, this is an in-person class.
I know, I was all messed up that week. Thanks a lot, Tyler. Thanks for reminding me. Kristen, did you have something to say real quick?
Yes, my one of our dogs is having a seizure right now, and no one's home really. So I'm gonna be a bit busy. I'll listen, but I might like I have to sit down when he's having it and stuff, so you might not see me.
Okay, thank you for telling me, Kristen. I hope he's better. I'm sorry to hear that. That's so hard. Um, Okay, so good job, Abby. I heard all your topic clinchers and your dress ups and everything. And I have Ryan's paper here, so I'll go ahead and read his. And one thing I wanted to remind Ryan is when you do your clauses, you only have to underline the which or who part, okay? Just for next time. And I'll put a note in your classroom about that. And the same with because, just underline because. But I'm going to go ahead and read it. It looks great so far, what I can see. And his is called Deadly Birds of the World. Is that the right one, Ryan? Okay. The hooded pitahui is one of the first poisonous birds ever discovered. This unique bird lives in the forests of New Guinea, where it's commonly known as the rubbish bird. The hooded pitahui, which belongs to the oriole family, is a songbird and is easily recognized by its bright orange belly and dark head. These medium-sized birds grow to about 9 inches long. In 1989, a researcher accidentally discovered the bird's poisonous nature. While helping a hooded pitahui that was caught in a mesh trap, the bird's claws scratched the researcher's skin, causing his thumb to go numb. When he licked the wounds, his tongue and mouth also became numb. Later tests revealed that the hooded pitahui was indeed poisonous because it carries a toxin in its skin and feathers. The African ostrich, one of the largest birds in the world, can grow up to 7 feet tall and weigh as much as 300 pounds. These powerful birds spread their small wings to balance as they run and can sustain speeds of 40 miles per hour. They have massive leg bones and pointed nails several inches long. When surprised or threatened, the ostrich can be extremely dangerous because it uses its strength and speed to defend itself. It attacks its enemy with a powerful charge and single kick. One good kick can kill a lion or disembowel a dog. There have been many recorded incidents of humans being seriously injured or even killed by ostriches. The male ostrich, which has black feathers with white tipped wings and a white tail, is more colorful than the female, who has grayish brown plumage. Ostriches often travel in small groups with one male and four females, and when provoked, they can strike with incredibly great force. The southern cassowary is one of the most dangerous birds in the world, inhabiting the tropical forests of New Guinea and Australia. It is the third largest bird after the emu and ostrich. Although its body is black, it has a beautiful red neck and bright blue head. Feeding mainly on fruit, it also consumes insects and small fish. With enormously powerful legs, the cassowary can dash up to 30 miles per hour. Cassowaries also swim well because they have strong legs and fight tight muscles. Sorry, I'm gonna let Ramsey in. You guys must be having trouble with your Zoom. I got you. Okay. Where was I? This allows them to cross wide rivers and even swim in the sea. This bird, which has 3 toes with razor-sharp claws, can be deadly if threatened. Although cassowaries are mostly shy, they attack fiercely when provoked. Wow, nice job. All right, you guys, this is for Ryan. Very
All
good,
right, this is
Ryan.
how we clap in Zoom.
This is how we clap in Zoom.
I
Thanks.
am not gonna let that die down. I will make sure that sticks.
Oh my goodness. It's true. You can see it. It's better. Everybody's muted and you can see it, right? All right. Anyways, good job, Brian. All right, you guys, we're gonna put away the dangerous birds, all the papers for that. So the first one I want you to put away though is that pink page, this one. This is a great list to have when you need to have your LY dress up words. Alex, I'm gonna hold on to your question just for a second here. This page, pink page, should go behind the stylistic techniques tab in your binder. It's toward the back here. Stylistic techniques. Make sure you put it behind that tab.
The yellow page.
This is going to be the pink page, stylistic techniques, the pink page with the ly adverbs on it. And then the yellow page, this one, is going to go behind model charts and outlines. Okay. Model charts and outlines. So make sure you guys close your rings between moving stuff around here. So this one, pink one, stylistic techniques, yellow one, model charts and outlines. And then the rest of dangerous birds can go in your finished work, wherever you keep your finished work.
Trust me, I know about the closing rings. Remember, it was like the first week of class, and I closed it,
Yeah,
and everything came
I
out.
always remind you guys. This week we're going to learn about Mike the Headless Chicken. And yes, you heard me right. Mike the Headless Chicken. I have a
I've
feeling
heard of
you're
this
gonna like it.
story. I've heard of this story.
It's actually a real story.
It's real,
It's
and it's
true.
sad too. It's actually kind of sad at the end.
Don't give it away if you've heard it before. So,
I'm just gonna say it's sad at the end.
well, don't give anything else away. Okay.
I won't. Promise it.
Okay. And then you need a piece of lined paper. So go ahead and get out week 8, Mike the Headless Chicken. You've got only 3 pages for that and a piece of lined paper. So I'm going to work a little bit faster right now just because we're a little low on time. That's all right. We got this. And you're going to put your name here on your paper. We'll go ahead and get this set up first. Today's date is 11/4. This is going to be Mike, the Headless Chicken. And by the way, I need to talk to you really quick while you're writing this down. When you have a title for a paper, make sure that you capitalize every single keyword in your title. So Mike gets a capital, Headless gets a capital, Chicken gets a capital. The word the, which is an article, you do not have to capitalize that. But some of you are forgetting to really think about what words are capitalized. And a good rule of thumb is the keywords. Every once in a while, a verb or an adjective can also, well, headless is an adjective describing the chicken. So those are capital, but little words like of and the and those types of words you do not need to capitalize. Always the first and last words, though. And we'll talk more about that. This
In the
week,
story title, you need to do the capitalize the first and last.
yeah, first and last is definitely always capitalized. And then other than that, it's keywords. Go ahead and do Roman numeral 1, 1 through 5. This we wrote last week, topic clincher about dangerous birds. We're going to do that again. Skip a line, 1 through 5. This is going to be a 3-paragraph paper. We'll see how far we get as far as like how many paragraphs you'll write this week. But let's do Roman numeral 3. I know I'm going kind of fast. I'll slow down for a second here and get you caught up. I want to make sure you guys have clincher after each one and topic in the margin. Okay, so it should look like that. Once you're ready to go, give me a thumbs up here. Okay. I forgot to add some banned words. We have new banned words. Wah wah.
Oh yeah, because I saw in the checklist and I'm like, we didn't do E8, but I didn't use it anyways. Just in
Yeah, it's a
case.
new banned words on our checklist, eat eight. And we'll add those to the blue page next week. But notice right here, we actually have 2 more. Go went, eat eight. Both of those are now banned on your banned words list for this week. So don't use eat eight or go went. You're going to have to think about other words. You guys were pretty good about doing eat eight. Like you didn't use it for your dangerous birds. You used words like consumed or devoured or those types of words. But watch out for go went too.
The go went one sucks.
It's hard. Yep.
There's like nothing else you can use.
There are some others, but yes, Abby.
My
You can
mom
use
speaks with
traveled.
the first.
Traveled and journeyed. Yep, there's some good ones. Because of time, I think what we're going to end up doing is just 1 paragraph this week. And yes, you're welcome for that. So go ahead and just draw a line right here. I'm going to have you just focus on the first paragraph because we're running out of time here. But we're going to read about Mike the Headless Chicken. And notice how this is one giant article. Before we had 3 different articles for 3 different birds. This time it's all mixed in one article. So what we're going to do is read a paragraph at a time and then make a note in the margin about what that paragraph is mostly about. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and read this and we're going to decide what it's mostly about here. So on September 10th, 1945, Lloyd and Clara Olson of Fruita, Colorado, were killing and processing chickens to take to the meat market. One of them was a 5.5-month-old Wyandotte rooster. The chicken squirmed, and Olson's axe failed to make a clean cut, removing the bulk of the head but missing the jugular vein and leaving most of the brain stem and one ear intact. Sorry to tell you, this is kind of gruesome. But we're talking about a chicken here, and hopefully you know that the chicken you buy at Walmart and the grocery store comes from a real chicken, and this is part of the process of getting to that point. So he was using an axe to kill the chicken, to butcher it, and the chicken moved and his head came off, but there was some other parts that were still intact. So hence Mike the Headless Chicken. All right. So basically, I'm going to read the next paragraph too. Surprisingly, the headless chicken was still able to walk. It attempted to preen, which means clean itself, pecked for food, and crow, although its crowing was more of a gurgling sound from its throat. It was placed in an old apple box for the night, and when the bird was still alive the next morning, Olson took it to town with the rest of his carcasses. He started betting people that he had a live headless chicken. Gradually, word spread around town, and eventually a local news reporter came to interview Olson. Lloyd and Clara had begun to care for the bird, feeding it a mixture of milk and water with an eyedropper and giving it small grains of corn. All right. We read two paragraphs. What we need to do now is label these paragraphs, okay? What they were mostly about. So that first paragraph, and I want you to turn it to the side like this, the side where the holes are. The first paragraph's pretty small, but what I want you to write here on the side is owners slash accident. That is what this paragraph is mostly about, like who the owners are and the accident that happened with the butchering. That's the first paragraph. See how it starts with the word on September and it goes all the way down here. See where it says surprisingly? That's the next paragraph. So what we can do is put a little bracket around this one. It's a short paragraph, but that's the owners and the incident. The next paragraph, I know this is new to you, you're going to put a little bracket around this paragraph, and it goes until you see that indent. You see that right here? Each paragraph has an indent, and then we stop at the next indent. That paragraph is mostly about his abilities, like what he can do. He can still walk. And care. Abilities slash care. What Mike can do and how they took care of him. It's kind of funny that he brought him into town and he's like, hey, I bet you I have a living animal in this box with no head. You can pay me some money and I'll show you what it looks like. So the next paragraph is going to be about a circus. I don't know if anybody's ever been to a circus before. They aren't as popular now as they used to be, but at a circus, sometimes they have like unusual things, like animals that have two heads or something crazy like that, you know. It's kind of like it's called a sideshow. So we're gonna read about that next. Let me zoom out a minute here. There we go. Okay. 2 weeks later, a sideshow promoter named Hope Wade visited the Olson farm with a proposition. Take the chicken on the sideshow circuit. It was the 1940s and the farm was struggling, so Lloyd thought, might as well. First, they took the rooster to the University of Utah in Salt Lake City, where scientists did some testing and verified that yes, indeed, this was a living, breathing, but headless animal. I'm going to keep going. Life magazine published an article on Miracle Mike and the headless chicken, and as he had been named by Mr. Wade. Then Lloyd and his wife and Mike began a tour of the country. They visited California and Arizona, and when the Olsons had to return to harvest their crops, Hope Wade took Mike on a tour of the southeastern states. People paid 25 cents to see this remarkable sight, and it was estimated that he earned for his owners as much as $4,500 a month. And remember, this is the 1900s, early 1900s, 1945. So $4,500 a month was a lot of money. I mean, it's still pretty decent now, but, you know, especially way back then.
Inflation and stuff happened, so.
Yep, inflation. There you go. So I'm going to kind of combine these two paragraphs from the words 2 weeks all the way down here to that part. So these two paragraphs are going to go together. Do you guys see how I put a bracket around these two? Because it's talking about how he became famous. So what I'm going to put here on this one is fame slash sideshow. And a sideshow is part of a circus, okay? I'm going to move it like that so you guys can see that. Oops. There we go.
I thought you were gonna put fame and fortune.
Fame and fortune.
Yeah.
Well, it was to them, it was a fortune. And I'm gonna have to leave this as a cliffhanger because there's some stuff I need to do with you before you go. There's still time in class, but if you want to finish reading this later, you can. But we're gonna stop here as far as right now. And we've got 3 topics so far that we've labeled next to these paragraphs. The first topic to choose from is owners and accident. The second topic is abilities and care, and fame and sideshow. So what I want you to do back on your keyword outline is turn your keyword outline over to the back. Turn your keyword outline over. And I want you to put the words possible topics and then a colon at the top of the back of this is the back of your outline, okay? So, like I said, with the dangerous birds, you had 3 different articles for 3 different birds, but this is one big article, and you have to figure out what the possible topics are. And one of the possible topics is owners slash accident. The next one was abilities slash care. So this is what that, oops, IES, I spelled that wrong. Let me zoom in so you guys can see that. Ability, IES, abilities slash care. And then we had fame slash sideshow. But today we are only going to focus on the first paragraph. All right. So I want everybody to circle owners slash accident. Okay. We're going to focus on that this week. So lucky for you, you're only writing 1 paragraph this week. We're going to save the other 2 for next week. So you don't even have to worry about those 2. Okay.
I have one question though. What
Yeah.
what are the possible topic? What are these for? This has to do with our writing, like
So the possible topics become your paragraphs. And remember, you're summarizing, so you're not going to tell all of it. You're telling some of it. So, and I'll explain that more next week, Alex, when we have a little bit more time. But possible topics means possible paragraphs of your paper. I want everybody to pick this one for your first paragraph. That's what you guys are focusing on. Next week, when we finish reading it, you get to decide what the other 2 paragraphs will be about. So I'm going to put here MHC. Remember how we used to do this? MHC stands for Mike the Headless Chicken. That way we don't have to waste those words on his name. And we're going to write about the owners and the accident. So I'm going to put owners here. And remember, what were their names? Lloyd and Carla Olson. I'm going to put
Lloyd the Green Ninja from Ninjago.
I'm gonna put L and C. That's gonna stand for Lloyd and Clara, or Carla. I guess her name is Carla, and then Olson is their last name. And then I'm going to put accident. Okay, let me explain what I just did here. So I've got MHC, that's Mike the Headless Chicken, right? We're going to talk about his owners. And you can always look back at the original. If you forget what L and C is, you can look back. His name was Lloyd and her name was Carla Olson. They had an accident with one of their chickens as they were processing it. So from here, 1 through 5 is going to be facts about who the owners were and what accident took place. So this is where we're only going to look at the first paragraph right here. It's a short paragraph, so it's going to be kind of easy to pick things from here. But how about Abby? What were they doing at the beginning here? What were they doing before the accident happened? We're going to lead into the accident. What were they doing before the accident?
They were killing and processing chickens to take to the meat market.
Exactly. And there was a date here. This probably would be good to mention as far as when it happened. You can say in 1945, because that tells the reader, like, this wasn't last year. This was a long time ago. In 1945, you're right, killing, processing.
We could also put set like SEP 10 since that doesn't count too.
Oh, yeah, you could. Yep. Killing, processing, and maybe I'll just put chick with a dot, chickens for market. Now, if you guys have your own way of writing this, you can write it your own way. I'm just helping some of my students in here who are new to this so that you can see how we develop these outlines. Okay, I need you guys to stay off the chat. I see I haven't been able to read them all, but you guys need to stay off the chat.
I already know how to do this, but I just do yours anyways because it just makes life easier.
Yeah, and it makes me not fall behind.
Exactly.
What do you
Missy's like, I'm offended.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, like what's going on in the chat.
He said no, he said he's just using what you have on your keyword outline instead of doing his
Oh,
own
I
because it
see.
makes life easier for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. What about Ramsey? What was the rooster? What breed was it? How old was it? Tell me a little bit about Mike from that first
You
paragraph.
use more than 3 words.
I'm counting chick as an abbreviation, so I'm not counting that one as a word. So technically I have killing, processing, and market. So I think I'm good.
Sneaky
was 5
Mrs.
and a half.
Cisneros. Sneaky Mrs. Cisneros.
What about Ramsey? What else? Go ahead.
He was 5 and a half. That's how old he was.
5.5 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can put 5 and 1/2. And then to abbreviate months, we could put MOS. That's how we abbreviate months. And what's the breed? Do you see the word that tells what breed it is? It starts with a W.
Y1LB Rooster.
Wyandotte, yes. Wyandotte rooster. And then I'm just going to add the word squirmed here. All right. And so for your homework, you're going to finish up 3, 4, and 5. Now, the thing is, only use that first paragraph. Forget about the rest. We're going to add that stuff later. Okay. But I want you to focus on what the accident was. Like how did the accident happen? Okay. You're still going to follow the same rules, only 3 words. You can use numbers and abbreviations and symbols. That's okay. But you're going to just focus on the owners and the accident in that top paragraph, and that's it. Once you finish your keyword outline, then, oops, hold on, Ramsey, I think you're echoing. There we go. After you finish your outline, go ahead and write one paragraph using your outline, and don't forget about your checklist. Okay? That's your homework this week, other than the grammar. I see your hand, Alex. Hang on just a second. And I think, Kristen, you're going to stay on with me, but does anybody else have questions about what you're doing for homework this week?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
Do we have to turn in the paragraph or do we just wait till next week to finish the other two?
Great question. I do want you to turn in the one paragraph, and then next week you're going to add to it, but I do want to see
Okay.
the one. Yep, great question.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? So don't worry about Roman numeral 2 and 3 yet. Don't worry about the rest of your article yet. Just focus on that first paragraph, and then we'll finish this up next week. All right, you guys, good job. If you have to go,
Bye.
feel free to go. Bye. Have a good week, you guys.
Bye.
And Alex, I saw your hand there. Hold on, let me